and stage is yours.
Thank you very much, chairpersons. I'd like to thank Brigadier Poonam ma'am and the Department of ENT of AFMC for giving us this opportunity to present before you some work which is being currently done in India. And as what Sir just said in the previous talk, that a collaborative effort, as you know, you brought a question that where does an ENT come in? And sir, it's the collaborative effort between the industry, the technology available, the professional, and all come together, and only then a solution can be looked at or provided, I guess. So, well, here I am on AI application in hearing aid technology, a word which excites the mindset. You know, as if we are wonderstruck, you know, some old science fiction film. But, you know, I would like to quote, artificial intelligence is often seen in different ways, but I have a nice quote from Fifi, which reads, "Artificial intelligence is not a substitute for human intelligence, but a tool to amplify human creativity." And we in India, now, today, are blessed to be having one of the world's largest pool, one of the largest force of AI-based developers. Of course, as what Himanshu sir just said a while ago about China and the US having taken a lead in that race earlier. But the number of young kids passing out of IITs, technology institutions, are today coming up in this field, which is the very reason why the advancements happening in India now are probably going to be much quicker than the slowing and sluggish West. I'd like to also quote here Einstein, who reads, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. And as technology advances, the AI seeks to emulate natural intelligence. But if you see the very pursuit of it, the question is, what's the true nature of that intelligence and the potential solutions for the user?" Coming to hearing aids, the AI-based hearing devices are essentially human-designed advanced algorithms based on human experiences of a patient in different listening environments, different age groups, different sizes of ear canal. So many different inputs come in when we are fitting hearing aids. And all of them, when combined together, brought into an algorithm, do often, seeing the daily interactions of a patient, and they all come together and we personalize them, these specific, according to the specific needs of the patient, and we are able to create these algorithms. So the AI-based hearing aids essentially are designed to adapt to the patient's surroundings, and of course, prioritizing what he wishes to hear. There are people who enjoy music. They feel wonderful with the rustling of leaves and with the raindrops falling on the window panes. Give them happiness in life. And all these different features, of course, people want to hear speech, people want to be connected. Keeping all these in mind, the hearing aids are today able to understand the patient's individual requirement, because that's the environment a patient who starts using a hearing aid is in. And then read out, he will keep changing his adjustments, which he makes in the first few days of use, are memorized by the hearing aid. The algorithms provide a lot of insight into that, and this part, which we call artificial intelligence, into that algorithm bring forward solutions for him. In this endeavor, of course, in India, a lot of development has happened in the medical science space and development of health sciences. And that's how even the world's first wireless hearing aid with interface-free programming has been developed very much in India. Just a while back, I heard Vanaja ma'am, we were talking about one particular question when the chair asked her about whether remote programming is possible. And she said, yes. Well, I know, I agree. But that remote programming, which people did say yes to earlier, was if a patient today gets fitted in Pune and tomorrow he's on a visit to Nairobi and he needs a fine tuning done on his ear, sir, for that kind of fine tuning of remote fitting, he would require to be in front of an interface, which is a link kind of thing, so that through that link, even if we make his computer into a slave, if we are able to send the sound files into his hearing aid device through that link. Now, this what you have here in front of you in your screen is the world's first interface-free programming. And this is, I would very happily, proudly tell you, developed in India. Today's use of artificial intelligence brings you this AI-driven hearing, which is personalized for you. These products are at par with all in the world. I had recently presented this technology at Atlanta in the American Academy of Audiology in April. And the people across the world, we had over 5,000 people in that presentation, and they were quite, I would say, enamored and very happy to see these developments coming in from India. Of course, the products has certain features which are right here in front of you: hybrid technology, 2.4 gigahertz Bluetooth wireless technology, wireless connectivity options, seamless audio streaming. Now, audio streaming is a word very easily said, but today media possibilities are fast exploding and everybody wants to stay connected. I want to be connected with my friends, from my classmates, from school, on the Zoom, on the internet. I want to be connected on the mobile phone. I want to enjoy the music and all those things around. And in this, the audio streaming facility with the algorithms in place is really very encouraging for today's patients. Of course, personalized amplification, and then various other features, including incorporation of artificial intelligence. Practically oriented features have been put into technology today. Even when these hearing aids are fitted, you will know that the audiogram is fitted into the data or into the what is it called, the programming software, or in your app, which is right in your mobile. This audiogram data can be fitted, can be put in manually. This can even be put in by in situ audiometry. Even now, we have incorporated a new feature, automatic in situ audiometry, where automatically the thresholds of the patient's hearing can be taken up, much like the Hewson-Westlake technique. Many of you are conversant with that. And then this particular algorithm helps in reaching out to a more optimized fitting for that particular patient. Advanced synchronized feature is also available on these products. And a lot of patients have dexterity problems, 65, 70. I'm 60 now, so I'm just looking for the time when I'm going to start having the dexterity problem. But I know that with the longevity of age, 80 plus definitely starts having dexterity problems, ability to handle a small volume control, ability to pick up a pin. And that's where a patient for fine tuning needs help. And this is where, with these advanced sync features, automatic volume settings do change in different listening environments. I'd like to give you a small demo of how a hearing aid will activate in different listening environments using this particular algorithm, which in this case is, you can say, artificial intelligence based. And just watch out for a red arrow, sir, on the screen, and you will see that with the normal noise where the patient is, and as he goes in, as the speech is coming in, how the noise automatically changes. And what I'm going to show you here is not just here. My team is here who can give you a demo right in your ear, and you will be able to feel it even in the lunch hall where there's noise around. So let me just give you a demo. Watch out for the red arrow.
अब्राहम लिंकन को महानतम अमेरिकी
General
राष्ट्रपति
news,
माना जाता
and then the meetings.
है। विंस्टन चर्चिल को इतिहास का सबसे प्रेरक अंग्रेज राजनेता
What's
माना
the
जाता
noise
है।
cancellation?
अब्राहम लिंकन को महानतम अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति माना जाता है। विंस्टन चर्चिल को इतिहास का सबसे प्रेरक अंग्रेज राजनेता माना जाता है।
So shifted out from the general to meetings to party situation where the cocktail party effect does engulf a person with so much of noise often that the speech gets masked. And here you have a much more advanced advantage of better noise cancellation. We have multi-channel equalizer and streaming equalizers. Earlier on, the hearing aid fittings were always done from 250 hertz to 8,000 hertz, and we work over, say, 12 or 14 or 16 channels. Today, sir, when we come on to streaming, because the audio streaming requires him to enjoy music, which probably may address a sitar note, may address a very, very soft note of the guitar, of the piano. So in streaming, what has been provided in today's technology, right up to 16,000 hertz. I will show you another example of AI algorithm in noise cancellation, which is also very real. And again, you can hear it practically as well. So there is comfortable reception of speech. And as what we heard in Vanaja ma'am's presentation as well, essentially in a hearing aid, the key issues are only distance, noise, feedback, and if you would try to find a fourth thing, probably a connectivity, you will not find a fifth thing. Let's, if you simplify it. Even feedback cancellation. Of course, this demo is going to show you a whistle. This is only for your consumption here, which I show you here. Of course, by automatic feedback cancellation systems. This goes on. But let me tell you, this I only created a sound for you, because today, with these new AI-based features, you are not going to cancel feedback when feedback is heard by a patient. The feedback cancellation today happens with a 40-factor feedback cancellation system, wherein the feedback is caught at the electronic stage itself. The sound doesn't even appear. And that feedback cancellation happens in the electronic stage itself. And therefore, many, many features come in, and with the patient requiring so many connectivity options, speech options, different listening environments, many such features are available. Now, what goes into this? The technology behind this high-tech development, of course, is modern methodology, of course, modern mindset, of course, that nothing goes without that. But yes, automated CNC production, automated manufacturing technology, more and more money put into research and development, more high-tech tools, innovative technology, more design tools in place, precision and accuracy in production as well. All these come together when we develop. And fortunately today, the hearing industry in India especially has reached that stage where today hearing aids which are being developed, designed in India, are going across all frontiers. Indian hearing aids are today being accepted and sold across in the US, Canada, Peru, Chile, now starting to in Australia. There are almost 31 countries across the world who are using hearing aids designed, developed, and manufactured in India. And it's not just about the cost, it's also about the fantastic noise cancelling solutions which these products provide. And therefore, even the rustling of the leaves, which is
ये पत्तियों की है सरसराहट, तुमने चुपके से कुछ कहा है.
So it's basically the technology and the requirements all coming together. Now, what's the electronics in this? logic-based semiconductor chips, which are used for AI applications, include a lot of things. Today, for connectivity, you have a host chip, you have an amplification chip, you have a memory chip, you have so many things which come together to then come in as one combined solution. And that's what it is, that the specialized semiconductor component which acts on it, which accelerates the artificial intelligence workforce, by performing high-speed computations and giving optimized solutions for the patient. The development of these state-of-the-art AI-based hearing aids actually reconfirms India's growing supremacy in the field of digital medical devices. The time has come when the hearing healthcare fraternity needs to tell the world that India is now a solution provider to the hearing impaired persons across the world. And sir, when we have been performing, we have in different stages in the last 10, 15 years of development or 20 years of development, we have been honored with the national award from the Honorable President of India way back in 2016 when we developed a product at the Hearing Research Program. And also, way back in 2004, when we developed India's first digital hearing aids, it's been a long journey when our scientist president, Dr. Abdul Kalam ji, presented us the national award for the best technological innovation of the year. And India, sir, is slowly attaining global leadership position in hearing technology, I can assure you. And of course, we need a sweet sound, comfort listening, relaxed feel. And that's what we expect AI to offer. And of course, as what I would say, moving together, साथ आना और आगे चलना हम सब के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है. The professionals, the industry, we all need to come together and move together. ये कहाँ आ गए हम? यूं ही साथ चलते. यहाँ से आगे चलना बड़ा ज़रूरी है हम सब के लिए. To take India to the world. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Narang. Any questions or any comments from any participant I would like to welcome? I think that's a very interesting point which you brought out. And I think the role of AI in hearing aids is only bound to increase. My question is more focused on, you see, because there is a gamut, it's like a cafeteria approach. There's increasingly complexity of hearing aids, which is going to come up in the sort of availability spectrum. At what stage do you feel? Is it something like which should be done upfront, or should it be like when it's a regular hearing aid has failed that one should be looking at the digital hearing aids? As I'm talking in the terms of a clinician, when should one start prescribing a digital hearing aid over a regular hearing aid?
So, just to answer that question, I feel today it is only digital hearing aids which should be used for two reasons. One, of course, technologically, you have so much manipulation advantage, you can manipulate the sound signal much better. And the second part is, which is very interesting for us to all share, the digital chips are actually, in fact, going to be far more reasonably priced and easier for the companies to get today because they are being made in much larger numbers. And analog chips slowly are going out, so they will actually...
Yeah, no, I'm not referring to the analog technology. I'm talking of digital versus AI. Yes. When does one make that jump?
Yes. Actually, sir, especially in, I would think AI, especially in cases where you have people who are in different listening environments. If you try to classify them, you have people in different listening environments, say from the age group of say 35 or 40 to 60, 65, or 40 to 70, which is today the working age, they say. In that, people are addressing themselves to different listening environments. And that's where the challenges of a changing listening environment. I'm right now in a quiet room like this, and I walk into the lunch hall where there's a lot of sound around, and then I walk into the traffic when I'm going back into a cab. So all those are different listening environments. Yes, in that segment, definitely I feel the AI-based hearing aids would be very nice. And in others, like you have 80 plus persons who have presbycusis, we often forget. We try to give them very advanced digital hearing aids. And we forget that in presbycusis, anyway, I'm not going to be able to address the dead regions of his cochlea. Why don't I go ahead and try to give him a little more amplification in the mid frequencies, 2500, 2700, 3000 hertz, so that at least the person can get some amplification and be able to converse and communicate one-to-one.
I think that's a very important message. Like, of course, any gadgetry or anything which comes new will have a lot of new features attached to it. But then one has to really see the content, and like what in the morning Dr. Vanaja was also mentioning, the need, exactly what he's also saying, the need, what is there before prescribing a hearing aid of a very advanced nature and AI nature. But I'm sure as we move on, Dr. Venkatesh, yeah.
Evolution of hearing aids. As the hearing aids get technologically better and better, often we have found that you're losing on gain in application. Is there an issue with your AI-powered hearing aids too?
So actually, you are so right. You have read it so beautifully. When initially we started giving digital hearing aids, everybody automatically was not only incorporating but picking up wide dynamic range compression in every case. Now, what was happening was that even mid frequencies would get compressed, and you will lose certain times speech information and it will get lower. This point has been noticed by the industry in the last few years, and we've addressed that. And because of that, today, you have multiple knee points for compression. We are only going to give compression in those areas where it is required, and we will like the signal to go straight in a linear fashion in those areas where A, he doesn't have a tolerance problem, and B, where the patient is going to will require complete amplification. So improvement has taken place, and you've read that very well. This was a definite cause where it used to go down and the patient would say, "Mujhko sunai nahi de raha sab." Absolutely.
Thank you.
One final question.
Sir.
Where is the data stored in an AI-enabled hearing aid? Is it in the cloud or is it on the device? And what is the safe custody meant for that?
Okay. The data of the patient is stored in the storage, inside the chip, in the storage chip itself, inside the hearing aid this. But as what Vanaja ma'am was also talking, at this time, because when you are programming patients and you start doing it on a tab or on a mobile phone, simple mobile phone, you will need say 10,000 patients in your hospital and over a period of years, and their pre and post surgery data as well and all that. You will have to ultimately go take that data onto the cloud, sir. Of course, the data of the patient will always remain in his hearing aid, but the data inside your database in the hospital will have to go on the cloud.
Fair enough. I think we'll move to the next